Hello, and welcome to the Curiosity Quest podcast. My name is Natasha Schulmeister, and I am your host. And this is Donald. Hi, Donald.
Hello.
I'm
Hi.
very excited to have Donald
Me
on
too.
today. I'm very excited for you to be here today. Um, there are so many words that could describe Donald. He's a wonderful human being. I'm so stoked that he came into my life when he has. I feel like it was perfect divine timing. Should I say even divine timing? Would that throw people off? Nah, we're gonna go
Oh,
with
I think
divine
so.
timing. It vibes for us, right? It checks
Yeah,
out.
totally.
Yeah, of course. When I think about Donald, first things first, how I met him was through music. So Donald is also a DJ and a musician and an artist, which we'll get into in a mo. However, I met him actually at like with a group of our friends listening to music and just vibing out, dancing, having fun, and just enjoying life. And what a better way to meet somebody than just being in pure bliss with your friends, knowing you're safe and just throwing your head and having the greatest time ever. And then slowly but surely, we were able to actually have a couple of conversations, which then led to like oh, you're cool. I'd like to talk to
Mhm.
you a lot more, I think. And now we're here.
Totally.
Yeah. So let's hear just quick snippets about Monsieur Donald. What's your past year been like? What brings you the most joy? What got you into music?
Uh, yeah, this past year has been a wild ride, to say the least. Uh, I guess personally, or like, we'll start there, like with my personal life, I guess. Uh, I went through a little spiritual awakening this year, and
I
not
don't think you
not to
should
sound
downplay
too
that. It
like,
wasn't little.
yeah, but like mostly it was just me working through myself, um, as much as something working through me, I guess. Um, but yeah, just lots of inside work and like finding parts of me that I've lost and discovering parts of me that I never knew about. And yeah, I think that really opened up doors for me in my other side, my musical side, and my creativity. Because I really learned that the more I learn about myself, the more I can create more freely. And yeah, I was just been bridging that gap between uh, Donald and Shojin, which is my artist alter ego.
I love
Um,
it.
yeah, that's a little gist of what is has been going on this year, I would say.
So let's drop your artist name as well so that people can actually find you. So it's Shojin Music on Instagram.
Yeah,
It's on SoundCloud as well, Spotify.
yep, it's on everything. Shojin Music on Instagram, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Just search up Shojin. It should pop up, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's very easy to find and it's spelled Shojin for
Yeah.
anybody that needs just reassurance on how to spell that. How did you come up with
Yeah.
Shojin before we jump into like music and sound and all of the
Um,
things?
there's actually a video game I used to play growing up called League of Legends, and there was an item in the game called Spear of Shojin. And I don't know, I always just thought that word was super interesting and cool, and that's how I just
I
came up
love
with
it.
it. It was like
Yes,
clean, it
so
was
good.
catchy. Yeah.
Yes. Wait, it is
And I
catchy
searched that,
though.
and like my process is like, and this came from like actually my software development background, but anytime I think of like a name, for example, like a name of an app or a name of whatever, I would go through all of the socials and stuff to find if anyone has this. And then I came up with Shojin music and I searched it all far and wide, and nothing, nobody had it. So I'm just like, mine.
That's mine. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I've heard League of Legends is pretty intense. That there's a good crowd of people, but then there's a really not so
Oh,
nice
for sure.
crowd of people. Oh man.
It definitely is an interesting community,
Do you
to say
still
the
play?
least. No, not anymore. Maybe like once every 6 months, I would have like an itch to play, but there's only like one game, and I'm just like, I really feel like I've come to terms with it. But back then, I was
Yeah.
super like addicted to it. I would even say, yeah. But it was like there was people to play with, right? My high school friends and all that. So it was like there's that connection, and now it's just like that's like kind of gone now. So yeah,
I always think about things like that where we invest a great amount of our time during a period of time, and in some ways it's definitely unhealthy, but then in other ways I'm like, man, I feel like it's also a really good opportunity to get to know yourself on a deeper level. There's something about that game and the character, whoever you're playing, or the culture or like world you're being immersed into, that really calls to you and makes you feel safe and excited. And I feel like there's pieces of you or who you want to be that's mixed into that world.
oh
And so
yeah,
you get to
for
be that
sure,
person a little bit. Yeah. Do you
that's
agree with
super
that?
cool. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I mean we only have like so many hours in the day, right? And if you're like fully invested in the game, you're spending like 8 to 10 hours a day playing it. So that's like
Right.
half your life right there, right? Or half your waking, or maybe even more than half your waking hours, right?
Yeah.
It's like totally, it's like it becomes part of you. Even to this day, it's still a big part of me. Like I spent thousands of hours on that game, so that's a lot of hours, right?
Yeah. Development time, just maybe in a different way. I'm not trying to give
Yeah,
excuses to anybody who's addicted to video games, by the way.
yeah,
But I do feel like there is a positive side to that as well, which can be really
yeah,
rewarding for people. It's like, oh, I get to be somebody of honor. I get to be brave. I get to do these things that
yeah.
I feel as though maybe I can't access as easily in my real world. Anyway, we totally side quested on video games there. I mean, there's sound in video games, but
Yeah,
but the episode itself is going to be on sound and music. So I'm gonna bring us back the other direction. I haven't looked at what we're going to be chatting on. You haven't looked at what we're going to be chatting on. So this is a true quest. I'm very excited about it. So I'll
yeah,
read the topics and then we can Russian roulette what we go through. Does that sound good?
sure. That's it.
Groovy. Cool. Okay, so the first section is new scientific discoveries and developments in sound and music, which there's four, and one of them just really caught my eye. Okay, cool. We're gonna keep going. So I can't look. No, so curious. Okay, second one is cultural uses of sound and music. Oh, that's so cool. Sound for
Cool.
healing.
Mhm.
Nature specific sound and musical revelations. Whoa. Okay, that's cool.
Cool.
And then expansive questions to explore. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's you know what? Why don't we start on an expansive question and then we'll go through one of the other ones. Does that sound cool?
Sure. That's it.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna pick one. You pick a number between 1 and 8.
Four.
4. Cool. Oh, this is wild. Okay. If everything is vibration, is the universe itself a song? And what's our individual note?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. We're just gonna jump right in. I hope that's good for you.
Yeah, no worries.
If
I think
everything is
definitely
vibration.
the world can definitely be a song if you think of it that way. And if
Yeah.
and everybody is just contributing to the song in different harmonies.
What's so interesting? So I know I wonder if it'll be in here. There's a new scientific discovery that our cells actually, and that's it's not new, but they're discovering why it's important that our cells actually vibrate and they create a vibrational frequency. Um,
Mhm.
and I know if my partner is listening to this, he's just like, "Is that real science?" Yes, it is. I'll find it if I have to. If it's not in here already, I'm gonna find it because it's actually something that's really cool and new that's being pushed in science. Anyways, so if that's true, if even on a cellular level, we are vibrating, and there is movement happening outside of the Earth as well throughout our galaxy, throughout the universe itself, and the universe is ever expanding, then it kind of sounds like that probably. I wonder what that would, if you put that all together and you were able to pull it, what would it sound like as a song?
I don't think. I don't think. Let's just go smaller for now. Let's just say the Earth. I don't think the Earth is a singular song. I think it's more of like a compilation of songs, or like a compilation, or like an album,
Like an EP.
an EP, and then the universe would be the artist, something like
I love
that.
that. I love that. I think that's so
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so then, okay, I can get on board with that. I also am really curious if we believe that everything happens for a reason and everything is divinely guided, then what if we are actually just one song and we're just the layers of that
Mm,
song and every
oh,
little piece of it?
totally. Just one big song could be totally.
Groovy. Oh
And
my
it's like
gosh, what's our individual note? That's the other part of this. I don't know if I have that answer. I don't know. Do you have that
I don't think
answer?
definitely not.
No, not
Maybe what's
today.
our yeah, maybe what's our individual part of the song could be easier to answer. Like, are we
Yeah,
the
okay.
drums, or are we the instruments, or the synths? You know, or what part of the
Ooh,
drums we are? That could be. I think that could definitely be more easier to envision than what note.
I agree with you. I wonder, yeah. Oh man, because I mean, the heartbeat would be like it's the beat, right?
Yeah,
Not
the
even just the
metronome.
drum, like it's like the metronome. Thank you. It's the metronome to keep you in tune or something, right?
Uh,
Oh, that's cool. Okay, pick a number between 1 and 4.
uh,
2. All right, we're going to go to the second one. Cultural uses of sound and music. Okay, before we jump into this, have you, in any of your music to date, have you used any cultural specific music in. You have. I see you
yeah,
nodding.
yeah. Even in my last song that I released, I used samples. I think it was like an African vocal, and then also used some kind of African drums, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't, I'm just like super drawn to whatever sounds good, like I, um, yeah, I don't really want to step into like that realm of like, uh, maybe like cultural appropriation or whatever, but I
Oh,
feel
yeah, no,
like it
fair.
just sounds right. It's just like there, and I'm like, I obviously should maybe one day like go into the culture of it and learn it, but right now it sounds good to me, and I'm gonna use it. I think I think I'm like
Yeah.
doing it with respect. I'm not like, yeah, I don't know. That's my take on it.
I honestly, I mean, I feel like the only way that you could use it disrespectfully is by trying to claim it as your own, right? Like if you
Yeah,
were to say, "Hey, I made these vocals, they're
yeah,
mine," or "I made this drum beat, it's mine." It's
yeah.
taking claim of something that you didn't create. And then I guess the only other part to that where I would feel like it would be inappropriate, and this is just me. I mean, anybody that's listening can share their thoughts on this too. I'd love to hear it. But to me, the only other way that you would be inappropriately using a different culture's art is by potentially using it for the wrong reasons. So,
Okay.
like, if you were using
Oh,
something that is used for spiritual practice and you were using it to, like, I don't know, degrade women. I don't know. That to me
yeah,
is like you're out of tune with what that was meant for,
for
and
sure.
it's at that point to me inappropriate. But you're not that way. I mean, you're so respectful. And when you say, okay, wait, I do have a question. When you say it sounds good to me, is it like you are listening through a bunch of things and then something catches you and you're like, oh, I can work with that? Is that how that works?
Yeah, yeah. So when I'm like looking for something, I usually have like an idea in mind of something like I'm looking for, but I can't like pinpoint exactly what it is. So I'm just like scrolling through a bunch of sounds, and like when I hear like that one, that I'll hear like a bunch that I think might work. Let's say like five of them, and then I'll throw them all in, and then I'll just swap them out, see what works the best. But I usually have an idea of what I'm looking for.
That's insane. That's so cool. Do you have, I don't want to use the word premonitions, but do you have, when you get like a musical idea in your brain, do you have like it's already there and you're just basically trying to find the pieces that make it in real life? Or I don't know how to explain that. I'm not a musician. I'm sorry.
For me, it's really hard for me um, to think that far ahead.
Okay.
Like I don't
Yes.
have an idea of like what my final product will like I want it to be. I'm more of like I take an idea and I just let it happen. You know, I just let the
I love
creativity
it.
flow and the magic flow into it.
That's so
Yeah,
cool and so special. I feel like that's a lot of different artists, by the way. It's just like a knowing. You're like you're in, I call it God mode. You're just in God mode and you know that something's being created and you let it take you and you just go for the ride. And then all of a sudden at the end of it, you're like, oh, I baked a cake.
yeah. So
This is awesome. Is there anything you do religiously when you're creating a song? Is there something that like you do specifically that is like how you create?
oh yeah, totally. Like I'm a super technical person because that's part of my job. So like when I first started, I was like I prize myself to learn software. Like it's my like it's my job because it is my job. You know, like
Yeah.
I've learned in my job, I have to pick up a new software or have to be able to pick up a new software and then do my its own research and then learn it. Right. So learning the software was the easy part for me. So I'm like, so now I have like workflows where I'm like, when I start a song, I just start a new template and it's just me. So that's something that is a common factor every time. I just click a button and it just has things laid out for me. And that's just how I work, right? Like I want it to be easy as possible so I can let my creativity flow without having to think of all that technical stuff.
That's such a gift to give yourself. It's so, you know what, you're saying that, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I've done in my work as well, my life as well. You have to get the certain things in place so you don't have to think about those things because they're not the most important thing. It's the same as like if I want to go
Yeah.
athletically, like running a marathon, I don't want my running pack to be the thing that takes me out on marathon
Yeah.
day, okay? Like or nutrition or something, right? I want it to
Yeah.
be something more ridiculous like a car or the rain. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So you work with those things over and over and over again on repeat so that they're just second nature to you. So you don't have to spend
Yeah.
any time dedicated to those things. And then you can really
Exactly.
focus on what else is coming through. Yeah, okay. I can get
Yeah.
on board with that. That's so cool.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's go through the world. Let's go around the world. So different
So
cultures' uses of sound and music. Um, Have you ever done? Okay, I'm going to read it first, and then I'll ask you if you've ever done one because I actually have not. Cacao and sound ceremonies in Latin America. So that's actually come. It's here now too. I've seen it here, but cacao ceremonies often pair with drum, rattle, and song to connect with ancestral wisdom, the heart, and the earth. The soundscape plays a vital role in guiding intention. Have you ever done a cacao ceremony?
No,
I haven't
I'd
either.
say I have.
I've been have you ever been to one of the drum circles?
Yeah, at Rec Reach.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
At
exactly
Third
what I'm
Beach
thinking
as
of.
well. Yeah. Oh my gosh. If you're in Vancouver and you have also been to them, please let us know. Come hang out with us at the next one, in fact. Why
Yeah,
not? But I haven't done cacao, and I do understand that that is a really good way to allow just a more energized connection to something greater if that's what you're looking to do, or to yourself if you're looking to connect deeper within yourself if you don't believe in something greater. But yeah, I haven't actually tried cacao itself with this. I've tried it on its own, and I've tried the sound ceremonies on their own, but never
yeah,
together. So apparently that's what Latin America does for
yeah.
connecting with ancestral wisdom
That's cool.
and the heart. You know what? I feel like, and I'm wondering if you feel the same way. I feel like drumming or any type of rhythmic song, it does help me feel more connected to my heart. And I wonder if it's
Mm,
because your heartbeat is so rhythmic as well. It's like the
yeah,
calming effect, or
I almost feel like when you hear drums, it's like your heartbeat would kind of match that, you know,
yeah,
and it's super cool because depending on what song you're playing, it can speed up and slow down so smoothly. You don't even notice, you know. I
yeah,
mean, most of the time you don't even notice your heart beating. Like right now, like unless you're like feeling for it, you know, it's just
true.
like a steady pace, right?
Just making sure I
But
still
totally,
have
when
my,
you like play
yeah,
a fast beat song, you can totally feel your heartbeat rate. That's super cool.
yeah. It's so cool, and just feeling energized by it.
Yeah.
It's a nice wake up. I mean, you make drum and bass music,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
I feel I feel like I'm talking to the right person about this. Oh my gosh. Actually, Kay, I have a question. We're gonna just side quest a lot now because you're here and I have all
Sure.
these questions.
Yeah.
When you are making a set, do you have a specific flow where it's like bringing people up, also bringing people down? Like, is it like a wave? Is it like a flat? Is it like a we're going up and we're staying up and we're gonna go like to this
Yeah.
universe, to the solar system, to the galaxies? I don't know.
Yeah.
How does your flow work with your sets?
So I've definitely played a lot of different kind of sets this past year, but I would say the common factor that's just in my subconscious now is definitely the ups and downs. Um, for me, I just play I just model my sets after what I would want to. Like if I was in the audience, that's how I would like I'm playing for myself pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, and how I like my sets is not always high energy because if I'm up too high for too long, I get worn out, right? So I bring it up and down, um, and the downs have its nice spots too. You know, like the downs will make them want to raise their energy or give them a break, and it's just a part of all the like the ebb and flow of the set, right? Um, yeah, I sometimes go really slow too. Like in my drum and bass set, I'll just throw in like a super slow song. Just it's just like to like switch things up, you know. Like I want people to think they're coming to a drum and bass set and just be thrown completely off, you know. Like this is just music.
Like, don't just get lost in this, but also be a part of this, be
Yeah,
present in this,
yeah,
be like awake in this.
totally.
Yeah.
And um, yeah, I'm actually building my set right now, and I'm definitely thinking about more about how I am trying to craft this. But it's like I'm just thinking about it as like an like a holistic view, kind of, because when I play my sets, I'm like it's like a step by step thing. So I just go and see how I want. I'll just have a bunch of songs to playlist, and I'll be like, I'm ready. But I guess when I choose the songs, I'm definitely thinking about putting some heavy stuff, putting some fast stuff, putting some slower, deeper stuff. Not just all bangers, right? As
What?
much as that,
Can you
all bangers to
imagine?
me.
Yeah, of course. Oh
Like
my
I like all the
gosh.
songs,
Of course. I
but
hope
yeah,
you like all the
yeah,
songs. I would hope so if you're playing them. Yeah. Um,
yeah.
no, I'm always curious. I don't know if I've really paid enough attention on a full set to know what's exactly
Mm,
happening in the coordination of it. I just
yeah,
know that there's always a point in time where I have a minute to like not dance for a second. I can take a drink of water and then all of a sudden I'm dancing
yeah.
again. And then I just am I'm just immersed in what's happening and enjoying it. And I love the set. I'm just going with the flow, basically.
That's really awesome.
So I'm
Yeah,
always curious how that like is picked. Is that very intentional? Is it just a story that's being told? Is it a natural rhythm? Like is it but I feel like that makes sense that it would be different for every show because
yeah, yeah.
you're going to have a different audience and a different environment and yeah.
And and in my mind, I have an idea of what my set will be and
Right.
what the experience I'm trying to create. But then to you and as the audience, it's completely different, right? You're like interpreting the sets completely different, and which is so cool because if I have 10 people watching my set, they have 10 different experiences, right? Or 11, including mine.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, super cool that way.
Everybody has a different perspective. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Okay, we're going to go into new scientific discoveries and developments because now I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
curious if this thing is in here. Oh, and it is. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. I'm gonna read this to you. I hope you're just as excited as I am when I read this. So, okay, it's on sound and cellular function, and this is one of the
Mm,
newer scientific discoveries that's coming out now, and they're diving in even deeper. So, recent research in, I think it's sonocytology. It's a really big word. So, if I'm saying it wrong, as per usual, let me be. Recent research in sonocytology suggests that cells emit distinct vibrations and that tuning into these may help identify cellular changes like the onset of disease. This opens pathways to sound based diagnostics or healing at the cellular level. Isn't that wild?
wild.
So basically, your cells emit a distinct vibration, and they might be able to actually pinpoint that
Mm,
vibration, tune into it, and have a diagnostic on oncoming disease or preventative
that's
measures
super cool.
for a disease that might be developing in your body.
Yeah, healing with music.
Like what? You're first off you're discovering through sound, which it's your
Yeah,
own body's music. Let's just call it your own body's song. Your cellular songs are telling a story. And I guess if you're about to get a disease, maybe they're singing country. I don't know because it sounds like country songs are typically always sad. Or or we have some like sad boy songs for life, throw some millennium in there. I don't know. And then but yeah, you can actually start to identify cellular changes and onset of disease, not deep into disease, but way
uh-huh.
earlier on and start
That's
to
cool.
change them.
That's so cool.
That's so wild. That's so wild to me
So
that we're now at this place. And it's funny because how long have I mean, if I think about it, I've always went to sound or music to make me feel better.
yeah,
Always.
totally. As far as I can remember too.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, when you were younger, do you remember any specific songs or anything that stood out to you that really helped you through a hard time?
My first, my probably my earliest memory of music is coming home from school, putting on much MTV
Yes.
music videos and just listening on my TV. That's my first memory of music, probably before gain consciousness.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. I miss watching music videos. I miss that.
yeah.
That is
It's
not
definitely
something that
a
happens
music
anymore.
video is a lost art.
Yeah. It
Nobody
used to
makes
be one of
music
the
videos
best
nowadays.
parts. No. Are you should make music videos. Actually, hold on. You make visuals for the background of your set, right?
I
Or do
don't.
you? Will you ever?
I have a friend that does. He's learning how to do.
Okay, so now when I think about that, if you're playing a set and you have visuals in the background, is that not just like a live music video?
Totally, it could be. It's like a
Kind of.
like compilation, some
Yeah,
sort of visual. Yeah,
you're playing your song and whatever visuals in the background is going to add a layer to how the
totally,
audience interprets that song, right?
totally.
I remember at EDC Las Vegas seeing Space Laces and
Hmm.
their their visuals were just so silly, and I don't know if I hadn't watched the visuals if I could have picked up on how silly some of the songs they were playing really were. Like I think I would have
Yeah,
missed it altogether, but then I saw that the visuals
yeah.
were really silly and then I started listening and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is so silly. This is so
Because
silly."
it like adds another layer to your senses, almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally. That's, yeah, exactly. Oh man. Okay, so basically, we need to find an artist to give you visuals for your sounds.
yeah.
But it has to
I was
be very much
thinking,
you.
I was thinking if I ever needed visuals and I didn't have them on hand, I would just like put anime on the background.
You totally could.
It's just like a full episode.
Okay, hold on. You could pick the episode. Wait. Okay.
Yeah,
Which anime most calls to you for your song, like for your music style?
right now probably solo leveling.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually.
Just like put some fight scene on, so there's like no context. Totally
Yes.
be. Yeah,
Or any of your like, oh man, you could put, yeah, his training art. You could put part of season one up there, and then you get into season
yeah,
two, and that could be your like that could be your finish or whatever. I don't even know. Man, that'd be so cool though. I wonder if you I
yeah.
feel like you can do that. Can you not? Are you allowed? You
I
can.
think so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at a point where I don't really care if I'm allowed.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
I'm not.
Sorry to
If
anybody who it cares.
yeah, it's like if I get sued by the anime, that's like good publicity,
You're not wrong,
right?
actually. You're not wrong. And if anybody's listening that has not watched the show Solo Leveling, you should probably just watch it. Donald and my partner convinced me to watch it one day. We were supposed to watch. What movie were we going to watch? Interstellar.
Interstellar.
That's what we were going to watch. And what ended up happening was we almost cleared the entire first season of Solo Leveling instead because they were so excited. And it turns out that show just has cliffhanger endings, and I can't. I
Hmm.
have to know. So it was beautiful. I'm very happy that you guys introduced me to it. And I'm glad that I watched it with you for the first
Yeah,
time. It was so cool. That was so
yeah,
cool.
that's so cool.
Okay, next one up. AI
Oh,
generated healing music. Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say a fact that I learned about the last one.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was a fact that was like people that listen to classical music are, or like it helps fight the cancer cells. Classical music.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute because I have to cough. One second.
Yeah.
So I don't blow out your eardrums. Yeah, okay, so what's really cool about that research study is that it's not just cancer either. Listening to classical music allows for you to relax in such a way it speeds up your healing process. So it's not necessarily the classical music. It's not like, oh, Beethoven saves lives. I mean, Beethoven,
Yeah.
we should make him a hero because he had to cut off his ear and stuff. I feel bad for him, but it's the specific frequency of that music
Hmm.
in which helps us to calm and makes us feel safe and allows for our bodies to relax. It's
Hmm.
allowing our cortisol levels to come down. It's allowing your parasympathetic nervous system to come online, and yeah, it's supposed to it's supposed to help you learn. It's supposed to help you heal. There's so many things that can come from it, and I'm like, man,
Super
we
cool.
should all be listening to classical music all the time.
I've been listening to classical music recently because I've been learning to write with my left hand, and it helps me get into like this flow state where I'm just like, cool.
That is so cool. So you're trying to be ambivalent. Ambidextrous, not
Yeah,
ambivalent.
ambidextrous.
Wow. My God.
I don't
Ambies.
even know what
The
that word means.
ambies. Oh my God. Ambidextrous. You're trying to be able to
Yeah,
utilize both hands interchangeably. Is it
yeah,
working?
yeah.
Man, what?
I'm
I'm
on
not
day
very
like
good at writing
11.
with my left. Okay.
Yeah,
I want
and
you
I'm
to
already
write
seeing a big
something.
change.
Okay.
I
You
was
gotta write
thinking
my
of
name.
writing. You can write your name for sure. I can do it right now if I want to. I'll just do it in the
Do
background.
it.
But I'm thinking of writing that letter, that soul letter, with my left hand. It just makes sense,
Oh,
right?
I love that.
And I've been
There's something
practicing.
to be said because it's your left hand that you put the ring on, right? When you get married, because your left is it your oh my gosh, hold on.
It's closest to your heart.
Uh
Yeah, I think
yeah, right? It
it's
is.
definitely
I'm right?
yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm like, I don't want to say this just in case I'm talking out my butt right now, and that makes me nervous. Um, so I mean, I think that you should write a soul letter from your left hand. That sounds very romantic, and I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go back into the questions.
I
Teehee.
didn't yet know your name had a C in it.
It's a sneaky C. It's to make it complicated and special and unique. No, I'm kidding. It's German. What? It's actually legible. He wrote my name with his left hand, and it legitimately just looks like boy writing. I'm sorry. Like, no offense to boy writing,
It's
but
probably
boy
almost the
writing.
same as my right hand now.
Oh my gosh. Can you write it with your right hand as well? And let's just compare. That's actually really well. That's so neat. I'm impressed.
So
I
this
wasn't
one is
expecting it to be
my,
so good.
that's with my right hand.
Yeah, that's not actually that much different at all. What is even
I was
happening,
getting there.
Donald? I'm really proud of you. That's very cool. That's very cool.
Thank you.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 7.
7. That's my
7.
life number.
Ooh. Okay, what is the sound of joy?
Sound of joy. The sound of joy is drum and bass. Just kidding.
Obviously, check out Shojin music. It's Shojin. Duh.
I think the sound of joy is anything played in a major key
Ooh,
or has
I
major
like
notes
that.
in it.
Like
Because
it's
those
like an
things,
exclamation point, pretty much.
yeah, the things are pretty and happy songs. Like
Yeah.
those are the songs you listen to when it's like a summer day and it's nice out and you just roll down the window and it just sounds like the sun.
Yeah. Yeah. My brain went a different direction. My brain went to children's like belly laughter instantly. Like
Mm.
genuine child laughter.
Yeah,
Not the
cool.
maniac, I'm psychotic on sugar laughter, like the actual belly
Yeah,
laughter that kids have. And then
Uh,
it went to like a stream, and I'm like, okay, so either it's nature or it's a belly laugh for me. But a major key, but I agree, a major key. And then I think about it with what you just said, and I'm like, wow, if you think about musicals, that's so right. If you think about the songs that are played when somebody is so excited and enjoy in those, do you watch musicals at all? Have you watched
yeah, I love
musicals?
musicals.
Yeah, so when there's it's so in love and happy and enjoy and it's bursting out of them, they have
Yeah,
to sing.
yeah.
It's those major keys. You're right.
And then when they do that slide,
Yes. 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 Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
I always
Okay,
wanted,
what
I always feel like if the world is such a great place, if people would just break into song and dance.
well, I feel like people want to, but they're
Yeah,
scared.
sure.
I
One
have a
day we'll get
slightly
there.
embarrassing story. Yeah, we're getting there. I have a
Okay.
slightly embarrassing story. So when I'm out in public, I have a really good ear for hearing music no matter where I am because somehow there's just like always music playing around us. And I'll start singing a song before anybody else will hear it, and they just think that I'm singing the song, and then they realize that it's there. So I do this in like grocery stores too, because I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna sing if I want to
Yeah.
sing. And I was in the grocery store in an aisle in Safeway, and I was singing the song that was playing, and I was like kind of like grooving to it. And Joey was in the aisle with me. He was, and I did not realize he had left the aisle, and I thought that the person that was in the aisle with me was still Joey, and so I was kind of like shimmying out to them, and I turned, and then it was not Joey, and this person was just looking at me and laughing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not my boyfriend. I need to leave this aisle immediately.
Well, you brought
Oh,
joy to this person.
I did. I whether
You
it
gave him a
was
good laugh.
them being like that is extremely embarrassing or it was genuine joy, I'm not sure, but I still sang when I found him again because
Yeah,
life's too
that's
short,
awesome.
man. Life is
I
way
love it.
too short.
Yeah.
Okay, big one. This is a big one because we're coming to the close to the end here.
Yeah.
What is the source of music? Is it something we create or something that we remember?
Um, like if we're talking about present day,
Yeah.
oh, it's definitely something we remember. I actually had this thought, uh, maybe earlier today about the same question. Well, similar to this, but I was like, it's definitely something we remember. And it's like the purest form of, uh, it's like the purest form of connection with our whole lineage. Because let's say you want to date something back to 1,000 years ago, the only thing we have are like history books or whatever, and like text and words. But music is you can't really, um, sure, you might not be able to track exactly where it came from 1,000 years ago, but that's the purest line of of connection to today. Like sounds still. There's probably the same sounds that were same drum sound and stuff, whatnot, all in like that one stream. It's like I feel like that is the thing that connects us all. Because
That is so
that's
cool.
just it's like pure. It's so pure and it's so obviously everybody has their own interpretation of it throughout the years. But at the root of it is just music. It's just sound, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so cool.
That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, man, how do I come after that? I have nothing to add. I feel like that was so well said. I uh I really believe it's something we remember as well. I do.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because we feel as though we're creating it, right? But I feel as though we're actually just like constantly, like you said, we're recycling it. It's already created. We're just finding it again.
Mhm.
We're bringing it back to life. It's like a memory of something that
Yeah.
dies that you loved, and you just continuously remember it and remember it and remember it, right?
Hmm.
And that's so special. And I don't know. It makes me think about the Schumann's resonance, right? Like that's Earth's sound frequency, and that predates all of us. I mean, that's been around forever. I feel like that has to be in here somewhere. I feel like that's got to be in here. Hold on, I gotta find it. Yeah, the Earth. Here we go. I knew it. I knew it'd be in here somewhere. Okay, because it's a nature specific sound. So the Earth song. Earth emits its own frequencies. The Schumann's resonance, which some believe our brains synchronize with during deep meditation or spiritual experiences.
Mm.
So there's these frequencies that we can't actually detect with the human ear, but are always happening, and we're responding to. How do we know that we aren't actually hearing them? Like, even though we can't hear them, maybe we are. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
It's
wild.
like when you hear that ringing in your ear that comes, that is just,
Yeah.
I was like, I
Yeah.
don't have tinnitus. It comes randomly.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's just it. So it's like, how many things are we actually hearing without plainly hearing? It's the same as how many
Hmm.
things are we seeing without plainly seeing? And how does that impact how we create music or create sound or
Yeah,
language or interaction or whatever we're doing
totally.
in this world? That's so
It's just
badass.
that's such the beauty. That's like the beauty of music. Everybody listens to it differently. Like that's that's why I feel like when I create a song, there's like usually a process called mastering, which is like after you finish your song, you would send it out to somebody like a engineer that has been like creating music for like years and years, and he has mastered his sound, and then you usually get him to like master your song to good levels that he thinks. But I feel like that whole process of it is part of it, because it's your song. If you send it out to somebody to just finish it or like to master it, it becomes a completely different experience. Like, sure, it might sound perfect technically, but to you, it's like your interpretation is lost there. It could be lost, you know,
Yeah.
which is interesting because everybody's ears is different and everybody masters differently and everybody is like, you know, there is no perfect way to do this thing.
No,
Yeah, no such thing.
I don't think there is. No,
Yeah.
no. It's so interesting that you say that. I feel the same way. It's somebody else's interpretation of your song, but it's no longer your song once that's done to it. And
Hmm.
that's okay. Um, the original will always be the original.
Totally.
And it's
Yeah.
cool to hear all the interpretations. It's cool to hear all the things
Yeah.
that can happen to it. It's like, wow, I would have never thought of that, or I would have
Yeah.
never,
Yeah.
yeah, right? My brain wouldn't have even been able to perceive that. And now I get to experience this in this new
Yeah.
way. But now, yeah, but now it's not yours. It's an interpretation of yours. It's like,
That's
oh,
why
that's
collaboration is so
different.
cool. Like making a
Yes.
song with someone because that's like putting two heads in one.
Yeah.
Super cool. Bounce ideas back off each other and find things you would never have found yourself. Like learning
Yeah.
new things too. Super cool.
You open yourself up. You both get
Hmm.
to allows something new to flow through you. It inspires you in different ways.
Hmm.
Things that couldn't, I mean, maybe they could have been unlocked from you on your own, but the likelihood is low. Things get
Yeah.
unlocked. It gets really, yeah, it's a special experience. It's the same as
Yeah.
these conversations, right? Like I could talk
For
about this
sure.
all by myself, but there's no way I could have
Yeah.
had this conversation today without you,
Yeah.
which
100%.
is it's so special. It's so special.
Yeah.
My little brain couldn't do all of this. That's what makes this
Yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I could talk to you forever. How is it
Yeah, me
already
too.
50 minutes? This is ridiculous. So basically we need another episode. This is where we're going with this one, right? That's what we've
Yeah,
decided. Okay.
for sure.
We need a part two. We'll do a part two. I think that's a good idea. Um,
Yeah.
I was curious actually, and you don't have to, but are you going to, at any point, you had shared a manifesto that you came up with of recent. Are you going to share that with the world at any point?
Oh yeah, I was like, I was, yeah, I've been thinking about that actually. But I think right now, I want to keep it to myself.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's going to be released into the world
But
at
one
some
day,
point.
at some point,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I just
Yeah,
have to, I just, to the peeps that are watching this, it is incredible. It's very cool. It is the essence of who Donald is and how he creates. Like it's, I just am so excited for
I
that to be
totally
released into the world
wouldn't
at the
mind it
time.
being said on this podcast either.
No, you wouldn't what?
I wouldn't mind having it said on here either.
Oh, I was like, oh, I thought you said, I don't want this set on here. I was like, what? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm
No, no,
so
no.
sorry. If you want to, okay, how about this? Next episode,
Yeah,
we'll include your manifesto.
sure. Let's do that.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It is really cool. And you'll have to share the story of how it came to be as well. I feel like that would
For
be
sure.
also very cool for people to
Yeah,
get to know you. Okay, so you
yeah.
have a show coming up. You have a few
I
shows
do.
coming up.
A few shows, yeah.
Yeah. Share. When, and where.
So this Friday, I have a big one coming up on April 11th. It's going to be my first time being direct support, which is playing right before the big headliner. And this is a guy that respect so much in music. I actually use his like sample pack and like his sounds pretty like religiously. So it's super cool, like full circle moment for sure.
That's so
Um,
cool. Okay, so
yeah,
where's
and
that
it's also
show?
this. Oh, at Village Studios, uh,
Okay.
which is if you don't know what that is
On Davy Street.
celebrities. Yeah, on Davy Street, celebrities underground, the basement.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so super basement vibes. It should be a good time. And
that's
that will
amazing.
be my second show that I've played. That's on or near a full moon.
That is unreal too, because I feel like if you believe in this stuff, right? I mean, I know that not everybody that listens to this podcast believes in this
Yeah.
stuff. However, I feel like that can just amp up your set even more because people get
Totally.
really energized during full moons, and then your sets
Yeah.
and your music is all it's an opening, right? It's an orchestration and an
Yeah.
opening, and it's so exciting and energetic. So you have the moon added in there, this full moon energy added in there, and you get the wolves club
Yeah.
out. Like it's
Totally.
so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and then you have a couple more this month as well, right?
Yeah. I have a couple more at the end of the month. Um, those ones should be fun. It's a little bit more underground, but yeah, it should be a good time. One on the 24th and one on the 26th.
Sweet.
The 26th one is not a solo set, but it's gonna be super fun. There's gonna be a bunch of people on stage. I'm very
Yes.
excited to see how it turns out. So last time I did my first back to back, which was two people, and that was already chaotic and hectic. This time there's gonna be at least four people, maybe five, six. So who knows
Oh
how that's
my
gonna work?
gosh. Okay, so basically we need to
Yeah.
come to that one. Where is the one on the 26th located?
Um, it is actually at a new venue near my house. It's like
Sweet.
right over the bridge on the Vancouver side, which is
Cool.
super cool. It's like right there.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Okay, so basically follow Shojin Music on Instagram so you can hear all of the updates on all of these
yeah,
shows. He is awesome. Obviously, coming back on is a requirement by law now. He will go to jail
yeah.
if he
Let's do
doesn't. Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Any final notes on sound or music and how it's influenced you in your life?
Um, I feel like that a short way to say it is music has definitely healed me and has put me on a healing journey. Um, I wouldn't be here where I am today without music and sound. It's just I can't imagine it. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't either. I'm gonna
yeah.
finish with a quote, um, which it's more of a question, I guess, than a quote, but it's music is where we come from. Every culture carries its own song. What is music to you, and what has it given to you in your life? And I'd love to hear everybody's answers to that
Hmm.
because for me, I mean, music and I've heard it from so many different people as well, but music has definitely it saved my life. And in the darkest times where I was really lost and scared, I always had music, and that is so special. It's so special. It helped me mourn, it's helped me build confidence. It's really opened me up to a lot of things and brought me so much joy. So, I feel the same as you.
Hmm.
It's definitely a lifeline. I don't know where I'd be without it either. Though mine's on a different realm than yours. You actually create music now too, and now it's exploding out of you, which is just so special. But yes, okay. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for being on. I really
Oh, thank
appreciate
you for
it,
having me. Yeah. And
and
like
thank you to
music
anybody who's
brought me all
listening.
of these connections, right? Like you.
Yeah, same, right? I
Yeah.
know.
I met my
It
best
guided
friends
us
from music.
together.
Yeah.
You met your best friends from music too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally. I just,
you
yeah.
meet some pretty good people.
Hmm.
It's awesome. To many more dancing evenings to Donald's
For
music
sure.
and more. Keep learning your left-handedness. I'm
I
excited to see
will.
you write a love letter with it.
I will.
Okay. I'm going to hit stop recording. Have a wonderful evening,
Okay.
everybody, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye bye.